Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to update you. So we are going to, or I will be riding the RBC Grand Fondu, which is in September, 122 kilometers, 2,300 meters of elevation. And if you've been following me, I've been showcasing my bike, the Trek Emonda. And here in front of me is a different frame. And the Trek Emonda no longer is being created in the carbon version. So I had the Trek Emonda SL5 frame, and this was upgraded to the Trek Madone Gen 8. And this is the SLR. It is the Team Replica or Navy Smoke. Really love the color. And this has, in reality, has combined the Emonda and the Madone Gen 7. So what this has promised, that combining those two, is that it is as fast, not faster, than the Trek Madone Gen 7, and light, and maybe even lighter than the Trek Emonda SLR. So you're getting this, so I shouldn't say lighter, as light, if not lighter than the Trek Emonda. So this is going to be the frame. This is going to be the complete bike that I'll be using for the RBC Whistler Grand Fondu, the Tour de Victoria as well. And wanted to just kind of update you on the bike and kind of compare it to the Trek Emonda. So all the wheels have transferred over. A lot of the parts have transferred over. So the frame itself is, do I find it lighter? I don't necessarily find it lighter. I do find it snappier. I do find it more stiff. So what I've noticed from my Trek Emonda 2021 SL5 versus this Trek Madone Gen 8 SLR frame is that when I'm putting power into the pedals, you can really feel that it's transferred right into the bike, and I'm gone. With the Emonda, as soon as I put power into the pedals, there's a little bit, I would say, of a lag. Maybe a little bit of flex in the bottom bracket before I go. It was a little bit unexpected because I was pedaling the same way as I was in the Emonda, and I almost lost my balance because the power transfer was almost like instantaneous. So really excited about that. I think with climbs, it feels very light and nimble. I would say it's roughly the same. Again, just snappier, and I can lay in more power. I will say the geometry is supposedly more aggressive. However, with all the measurements that I had on my old bike, with this, they tried to make it as close as possible, and it feels roughly the same. I would say it's just a little bit of adjustment. My first couple rides on this bike, I did have a little bit of lower back pain. I did lower the seat just a little, which is a little bit different than from my Emonda, and now I'm more comfortable. Now, some changes on the Gen 8 versus the Emonda. It has this ISO flow in the back versus the Emonda has this straight seat post into the frame, and this is supposed to give better compliance. Do I find it more comfortable than the Emonda? Well, I would say, as the bike, as you see here, feels more comfortable on the Trek Madone for a lot of different reasons. In regards to compliance, I do find this a smoother ride, and that may due to a couple things. One, yes, the seat is different, and I have also a little bit bigger tires on this bike versus the Emonda. So the Emonda tires had 28 mil tires, and this has 30 mil in the back and 29 millimeter in the front. And I do notice a lot better comfort. I should say a lot better. I would just say it's more comfortable. The group set hasn't changed. I still have Shimano Ultegra 5236 in the front. and 65 millimeter cranks. The difference, I would say, that I'm getting used to is these Aero water bottles. I'm not the biggest fan right now. However, they do say that to get to the same speed in testing as the Gen 7 was mostly based on having these Aero bottles in the frame, which acts as making it more aerodynamic, giving you more speed. So even just going on a ride, I'll even ride with these Aero bottles empty just to get that speed or that savings. However, on my first group ride, with my first club ride, it was a drop ride, and I was taking the water bottle out, trying to get some fluid in me, and I just wasn't used to the bottle cages, and my water bottle fell, which then I ended up getting dropped and was riding solo for pretty much the rest of the way till the end of the ride. Now I am getting used to putting the water bottles in and out. Do I find that it is faster? I do find, I would say, 35 kilometers, 40 kilometers an hour, that the Madone does hold its speed a lot easier than my Emonda. I do find that at up to the 30 kilometer mark, I didn't find too much of a difference getting up to that speed and maintaining that speed, but definitely I would say 36, 40 kilometers and above, I do notice it's much easier to hold that speed with this bike. I would say also the difference between my Emonda, I had the NV stem and handlebars. They were separate. They were the Aero in route. Love those handlebars. They're 37.5 at the hoods and 42 millimeters at the drops, where the Trek one is the RSL Aero integrated. So 90 millimeter stem, 37 at the tops, and 40 millimeters at the drops. And so it's close enough where it feels pretty natural, like it. I'm using different handlebar tape. This is the Fanttik handlebar tape, micro vortex, very thin, very comfortable, very tacky, very grippy, and have no complaints on it. And yeah, like I said, I'm running the same wheels. So these are the Reserve 5263 carbon wheels with the 180 DT Swiss hubs. Been very smooth, great transition, and yeah, I'm feeling very confident and love this new bike. Still love the Emonda, and we'll be continuing the training for the RBC Whistler Grand Fondu, which is now coming to 4.5 months. So training has been very more focused on cycling. Strength training, weight training is still there. We'll have an update on training in another video. Stay tuned for that. But for this video, just really want to focus on the bike. Is there anything that I need to make changes to this bike going into training so far and as we get into the summer? I'd say no, not really. Everything is just really getting a good feel. I mean, it is different. My body is still adjusting to this bike just based on speed, climbs on the flats, group rides, etc. But I'm very happy so far. Thank you to the Trek team to getting this all together and super fast. Was able to get into my first group ride literally within days. I didn't miss out as soon as I got the call that the new frame was in. Literally took, I would say, a day and a half, and I was good to go. So hopefully you found some value in this video. If you have any questions or you want me to deep dive in anything specific from the saddle to the Garmin mount or anything else, please let me know. Leave a comment below, and we'll catch you in the next one.